the thing that we talk about, the gratitude, we talk about love, affection, anything, any emotion we talk about, she is one of the epitome in one way or the other. So I would take this opportunity to invite Rabia Bhatia ji on this show of Lead by Gratitude, being the leader in the industry and being the, progressive fighter, I must say. What would be your call? All yours. The show, the portal is all yours for the day. Lovely to have you here, Rabia. I'm really feeling blessed and honored to host you today.
Thank you so much, Himangi, and thank you so much, Dhwani. First of all, I would like to say thank you to both of you and thank you to Speak Up and Empower for me being here on this platform to share my thoughts, to share my journey, which is full of gratitude, which is full of thankful, and which is full of happiness. So, first of all, namaskar, hi, good afternoon, good evening to the entire world. And एक बात सच बताऊंगी that Miss Himangi, I know Miss Himangi for a long, long period of time, and we have worked together on small, small projects also. And believe me, since beginning, she wanted me to be here on this platform to talk, to host the show, and to be a speaker. But it was me who was little reluctant. I don't know why, but something was stopping me to be on this platform. Maybe I was not getting time. Maybe it could be something that was not the right time for me to be here. But I think I'm blessed and I'm fortunate that whatever problems were there in between why I was not able to be on this platform with Miss Himangi, I think those all problems settled down and today we are here together on this show and on this episode. And I am very happy that I've been got connected to Dhwani, who is also a strong believer of gratitude and karma because of the fact that these two things have changed my life drastically. Drastically in the sense huge change in my life, in myself, in my surroundings. So, as people say, be the change maker. Myself, my tagline is a change maker. What it means is be the change that you want to see in others. So, I'll just start with we can't change others. When you point one finger to others, there are four fingers which are pointing towards you. So that means you need to understand that you are more worse person than the opposite person in front of you. That means उसने हर्ट किया तुम्हें, उसमें एक गलती है बट तुम्हारे में चार गलतियां हैं, तो तुम उसको तो ठीक करने के बजाय पहले तुम अपनी चार गलतियों को तो ठीक कर लो. Be the role model, be the person you want the other person to see that as a person. मैं ये इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ because my life has been, I mean, we all know that life is full of ups and downs. Life is full of challenges. Daily we come across one or the other obstacle. Think about the today's scenario. Since it's been 1 year, almost a year, the entire world is in pandemic. The entire world is in lockdown. Entire world is trapped at home. Think about those students. Think about those senior citizens who have to go out for a walk, but they are unable to go out for a normal morning walk even. The students, our kids are suffering because they are not able to do their physical activities. They are not able to meet their friends physically, their teachers physically. And people have been going through this trauma for past 1 year. Their mental state, their physical health have gone for a toss. But at the same point of time, I know this lockdown, this pandemic was a huge, obstacle, huge, struggle in all of the lives in the entire world for the entire society. Having said that, so should we not try to find out those beautiful moments which we had in this lockdown? I'll just share an example with you. It was a normal life when before the lockdown. We were going to work 9 to 6 or 9 to 7. We were coming back, having dinner, watching TV for some time and then taking rest, going for a sleep. Again, next morning, going out for going out to office. Then again coming back, the similar routine. The life was monotonous. The life was same. We did not have enough time to talk to our relatives, to talk to us. In fact, the nearest family members, our parents, our grandparents. However, this lockdown gave us enough chance, enough time to speak, to meet, to have a discussion, to have those beautiful moments and special moments to spend time with our family, with our extended family, with our relatives, and that too. Earlier, we were not able to meet our relatives who were staying abroad, but this online thing is actually helped us to meet our relatives through online places. So think about these beautiful moments. If we find out the positive sides, I think we will start writing. It will become a book of 1 year, and it will be a history that positive moments were more than the negative moments during this time. So why don't we pay the gratitude towards the God, towards Mother Earth, that we got this period for ourselves and for our families, for our friends, for our extended families, and for those with whom we got globally connected. This is what is called collaboration. We got the chance of collaborative learning from each other. Globally, we got connected with so many experts, with so many leaders, be it in a professional way, be it in a personal way. We all started learning from each other. But if we talk about the earlier scenario, it wasn't the same. We were just going and meeting the same colleagues, not getting time to talk globally, to get connected to globally. So I think we should be thankful and a lot of pay gratitude towards each and every circumstance, each and every minute of this lockdown. Now coming to my journey of life, as Himangi said, that I have based my life on gratitude. But yes, if you talk about the gratitude side, I understood this. I think on a very after long years of my life actually. Today I am 43. I don't want to hide my age also. Today I'm 43, a proud mother of two young daughters. My elder daughter is in MA first year, and the younger daughter is in second year of college. My elder daughter is pursuing with the psychology honors, and younger daughter is in Manavashna University pursuing liberal arts course. So I think today I'm 43. I got married at the age of 19 when, I completed my completed my graduation also through correspondence. But, born and brought up from a proper Hindu family, and then, getting into those things which horoscope matching and everything. So, yes, my parents are a strong believer into horoscope. That was one reason that I got married at the age of 19. I also had, like other girls, I had also normal dreams of being a housewife, taking care of my family, beautiful house, beautiful kids. That's all about it. But I think life is not all about those dreams, and I think every dream cannot be fulfilled. But still, I'm happy that whatever I had to went across, whatever struggles I had in my long journey of life till date, what I was earlier, I'm a totally different person today. I got married, I shifted to Mumbai. I'm born and brought up in Amritsar, and it's a beautiful small city. And I was one famous personality when till the time I did not get married. And the moment I got married, things changed. I was the youngest babu in my in-laws family, and obviously we all know that in the Hindu society there are a lot of expectations from one Hindu babu. So those expectations, I tried my best to fulfill those expectations. At the same point of time, everybody is not perfect, neither I am. So perfection for me, perfection is no good actually. We all learn and grow slowly, and I tried my bit, whatever I could. But I think things had to be turned. Destiny did not want me to be there, and Destiny wanted me to be here today on this platform to share my journey. And that is how, the situation changes. I had difficult situations in my family life, in my married life. We were, I mean, me and my spouse, I would rather say, we were not compatible for each other. So,
So, Rabia, before we go to that part of your life, as I always say that gratitude is the gateway of happiness, and happiness is a choice. And you took it as a choice. You took happiness of yours as a choice. And I would like you to throw some light on that part of your life where you had, before we actually go deep down to the past, today, you are on different forums, you are leading in the industry. I would like to know how, being a woman, because that is what I called you, the progressive woman, there was a complete
yes,
transition of your profiles from the HR to the educationist to the curriculum developer, design thinking platform you have, and then you working on different dimensions of the industry when it comes to PR, HR, then when it comes to, of course, the community services through your practice of being the leader in the Nichiren Daishonin Buddhism. So I just want you to throw some light there, because this is where people would, or specifically women, would be more connected. Because what I feel is that yes, our personal life definitely is the axis of our life, but as a person, we know how to anchor that, you know and today when we see you, we can definitely see that you genuinely managed to be the anchor of your family. And we would definitely like people to understand more about your professional journey before we land up to any of the personal side of yours, because I would
I was coming
definitely love
to.
to know about your daughters who are being nurtured by such a wonderful mother.
Sure. So I was coming to that point only, but there was a strong connection with my past and present journey. So I'll come to the same thing. What I was earlier, I was just going to say that whatever happened in my past, there was a time when I wanted to give up on my life. There was a time I tried to give up on my life even, but you know all of a sudden I was saved, and I'm thankful to my ex-husband. I'm thankful to my spouse that I was saved. Because why I was saved? I was saved for the world. I was saved for my daughters. I was saved for other women whom I can inspire and encourage to be the role model, to be an inspiration for them. Because life is one, and we need to have a purposeful life. There should be some goal in your life, and to have a goal in your life, it should be a selfless effort. You can't be selfish all the time. Yes, being selfish is also very important at some point of time. You cannot afford to have lose your self-respect. At the same point of time, that compassion feeling, that gratitude feeling should always be there. And what I am today, it's all because of my parents. All because of those circumstances which I was in that period of time. And yes, of course, my daughters, my surroundings, my environment, I pay a lot of gratitude to each and everything and every person in my life. I was saved, and as Himangi said, that how I am today, what I am today, and how could I, struggle so hard? How could I become so courageous even? I started my journey, if I talk about the professional, started my journey 18 years ago, working in diversified sectors like corporate sector, banking sector, IT sector, marketing sector, consulting sector, and the only healthcare sector is left now. And today I'm in the education sector for past 6 years. What happened? What made me join first of all education industry? I started this practice of Nichiren Buddhism almost 11 years ago. For earlier I was not too active in this practice because I was working with the puppet industry, and we did not I never used to get time and all. 10 morning, 10 9, and coming back at 9. Then Saturday Sunday I used to get, yeah, we used to hardly go to meetings, used to chant. Yes, chanting is our first mantra. I chant actually Namyoho Renge Kyo, that is a mantra. of my life. So, I don't know what happened 5 years ago. My leaders were completely supporting that we have leaders in this practice also. We have mentors in this practice. So they were always supporting me. Something occurred, and 5 years ago, I started very actively taking part in the my practice actually. And there something have hit my door. Something hits here, something had hit here. And I thought, no, it's enough. I am not born for this, for earning money and just taking care of my own family. I have a different mission altogether. So then I thought of taking a break and started working for the education industry. I worked with a very renowned brand of the school. I don't want to name it. I worked with a school for 1.5 years, then got an opportunity with another brand to work as a PR and the HR head. Worked there for 1 year, and then something occurred to my health actually. And I stopped working as a full-time person. So I've been working as self-employed. I've been self-employed for past 4 years now, and doing well. Of course, Himangi knows that, as he said, progressive
The
movement. Yes,
world knows.
the
The
world
world
knows
knows.
now.
I don't need to quote it anywhere, because if you go through LinkedIn, any domain in education, you will definitely find her name. And people who are the leaders in the industry know her by face, by profile, by by the face value, whatever you call it. I can quote and vouch on it that yes, the world know you as one of the leaders in the education sector, helping the organizations to build themselves, raise themselves, and get through the benchmarks set by them at first, and then obviously set by you at the second level. So I think, I'm called to be good at edification, but yes, I am truly, edifying your profile, because I genuinely feel and I've seen the growth. I can quote it on the whole platform that yes, when I talk about lead by gratitude, it is something very close to my heart, being the concept, being the principle of life. I personally wanted you to be the first guest because I genuinely could see how gratitude helped you, to raise yourself to that very level where you can inspire from the, from the person who was, I won't mind calling it that, victim of the circumstances, and raising, breaking into pieces, and then, raising like a phoenix. So, this is what I know you as a person. And I won't shy, I won't feel shy to actually, talk about it on this world forum. So when you talk about schools, when you talk about the education organizations or the institutes, people know you, definitely know you, and they love you like anything. I can say this also.
Maggie, knowing is different, but when it comes to love, actually, I can feel that love from my senior leaders, because when they call me sweetheart, my senior leaders, that affection comes out of it, and I feel
Yes.
so blessed at that point of time. Not proud, but I feel really blessed, and I have loads of gratitude towards those senior leaders who actually showed that trust in me. That yes, if Rabia has said something, we can go ahead with that. That is the kind of trust I have built in them. That yes, they say yes to everything, whatever I tell them. So that is the kind of relationship building I have done, and it's all because of the gratitude, my practice, and being thankful always. Whatever has come across, whatever I have come across, I'm thankful to those situations that I am becomes more courageous and more stronger than whatever I was. As Sivangi said, I need to connect my past life and present life in both the areas, professional as well as personal. Because when you are good at your personal level, you would definitely do good at professional front as well. Because of the fact those are interrelated. Your mind is able to focus when it comes to professional craft. But if you are somewhere in between and you're not able to cope up with your challenges, your personal situation, for sure you will not be able to progress in your professional life as well. This is what I have experienced in my life as a person. If you talk about me, I, you know, I mean, I shared this thing with Himangi yesterday also. I had some kind of, that guilt, that grudges against those people who have hurt me in some or the other way, grudges towards those circumstances. But 2 years ago, believe me, 2 years ago, my leaders, my mentors, they gave me guidances, they gave me, not lectures, I would rather say, they gave me suggestions to try removing those grudges and guilt from my life and then see how beautiful life is. So, what I learned from that very moment, that if I start paying gratitude towards those people also who have hurt me in some or the other way, and those challenges also, those problems also which have come into my life, those problems have actually made me stronger because I learned from each and every experience. I learned from each and every, whether it was a good experience or whether it was a bad experience in my life. I learned from each and every experience in my life. I learned from each and every situation in my life that it is me who has to change, and this person in front of me cannot change. But if I change, only then my surroundings will also change. Believe me, let's not talk about my spouse. I mean, those grudges, that pain has completely gone up from my life. I'm a very much happier person because I chose to be happy. If I am happy, I will be able to spread happiness all over the world. Everyone says this thing I never shared with Himangi actually. So today I'll talk about this thing as well, this part of my life as well. Every daughter fights with mothers. We have small or the huge fights with our mother always. And similarly, me and my daughters also fight at some point of time. And I stay with my parents because I'm a separated person. I'm a single mother, but I'm a single proud mother. I'm a single courageous mother. Very, you know, courageous and strong. I know these are just words, but yes, I can handle the words. And I think Himangi can vouch for it. I can handle the world. Whatever it is there, whatever comes in front of me, I'm ready to handle those situations. And I have been handling those situations. And all because of my practice, my own mentors, my leaders, my parents who have been a great support for me. And believe me, if my parents would not have been there, I think if I talk about the scenario, 2006, when I shifted to Delhi from Mumbai, it was completely different scenario. If my parents wouldn't have been there, me and my daughters wouldn't have been alive. That is for sure. And I am sharing this on this platform because parents are your biggest support. They give birth to you. I have seen people who, at the in their in their old parents, they send to those dharamshalas and everywhere. I request those people not to do that. Pay a lot of gratitude towards your parents. What you are today is because of them. Otherwise, you would not have been on this earth even if they wouldn't have been there. So I think वो कहते हैं ना कि भगवान को नहीं देखा हमने पेरेंट्स को देखा आई डोंट नो वेदर देयर इज एनी गॉड और नॉट बट आई बिलीव इन ऑलमाइटी आई बिलीव इन एवरीथिंग आई बिलीव इन गॉड आई बिलीव इन भगवान जी दैट गुरुद्वारा आई गो टू गुरुद्वारा एवरीवेयर आई बिलीव दैट आई बिलीव इन साईं बाबा आल्सो I go to masjid also. So I'm not. I don't get into religions and caste. I don't get into all that. For me, everybody is equal. It's humanity. We need to understand that we all are human beings. पहले एक अच्छा इंसान बन जाए फिर इस कास्ट और रिलीजन के चक्कर में पड़ना चाहिए. What I feel. This is what I believe.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome. This is beautiful. So before we go to the other section or the other part of your life, I just, as you said, that you chose to be happy. You've definitely struggled a lot to be happy, but you chose to be happy and you strive for your goal, and today you are happy. Okay, so and when you talked about humanity, I can definitely relate to the deeds that we do, on our regular basis, on our daily life, or rather in our daily life. I just want to know one thing that I think Dhwani would be better person to talk about this, and I would definitely love Dhwani to talk about it. Uh, what about your daily karma? You know, Dhwani being the right person because the concept of karma is, far more closer to her
My
because
heart.
she owns that for that reason. I am definitely there where I realize that yes, to have a kind of unshakable faith, to own that unshakable faith leads you towards the gratitude, whatever may come in your life, whatever is there in your life. So what exactly is the role of karma in your life? This is what I want Dhwani to just twist, turn, play whatever you want to do, Dhwani, and just talk about
Sure.
it, because that is what is the most important part. Because gratitude is something which will only come when you're doing something, you know. So,
Yes.
over to you, Dhwani.
Rabia, thank you so much for sharing the journey. I'm really inspired, and there were some topics that really stuck my mind. Number one was the importance of parents, and I have a similar story. My parents have been my pillars of strength, so I can relate to that. And the way you said how challenges makes us a better person and a stronger person. In fact, you had a really tough life, and what we see today is a completely different Rabia, and that is really motivating for people like us. So I would like to know what exactly, I mean, how did you convert those problems into opportunities? How you converted those speed breakers into the paths to success. So, what was your mantra?
Very good
How did you
question.
keep yourself positive in the midst of all the negativity around?
I mean, this is very good question, Dhani, and I could relate to my professional success with this as well. You know, as I said, I have two daughters, right? So at that point of time, my focus was to give a best bringing to my daughters. That is where the change occurred because my leaders actually started advising me, guiding me that Rabia, you can't think about yourself. I was only thinking about myself and I was like little selfish, that not even thinking about my daughters who I have gave birth to them and they are here because of me. I have to take charge. If somebody else is not ready to take charge, that's his karma. But I have given birth to them, so it's my karma, and I can't leave my daughters like that. So that is where I chose to be happy. I chose the path of being more courageous and a stronger woman, and I chose to be a inspirational role model for my daughters.
For the daughters.
Yes.
Wonderful.
So, Dhwani, I mean, as a woman, if you talk about the Indian society, it's not easy journey for,
It's
especially
not.
for a single mother, especially for a single parent. It's not easy to live in this society. I also
How
had,
difficult was it for you? I mean, I can understand it's not
it
easy, but
was very difficult staying, living in a men society which is male dominated, and then working
patriarchal
in a
society.
yeah, and then working in a corporate scenario where it's always, I mean,
So
more
you
men
think your
and then
daughters or your parents have been your strength? Are they the reason for your success?
my, as I said, my daughters are very small, but yes, they were the goal at that point of time. They were the mission of my life. That my daughters, I have to live a purposeful life for my daughters, especially. And my parents, as I said, always been a support to me. If I'm coming at 12 a.m. also, I have come back home at 12 a.m. as well. There were times because being a HR head, you can always understand how your what are all your work responsibilities are, and leading a company with 1,000 plus employees was another challenge.
Absolutely.
And but then my parents, my daughters, they were always supportive. That yes, if she's working for her daughters. If my daughters, they knew that yes, my mom is working hard for us actually. So there are a lot of responsibilities which I have, so I have to fulfill those responsibilities. So that is where I became more courageous, I became more progressive, and yes, having said that, 6 years ago, I was not an ambitious woman, but today I am a ambitious woman. One is career oriented. Earlier, I was career oriented, but today I am an ambitious woman. So there's a huge
That's so
difference.
nice to hear. I mean, from a person who wanted to lead a happy married life to the person who has ambitions and who really wants to make big in her life. Oh, that was really a journey.
Because
Himangi.
I want my daughters to be proud that yes, our mother, she's our mother. And I always give the same guidance to my daughters as well. Do something relevant, lead a purposeful life so that your deeds should be acknowledged, your deeds should be remembered and missed whenever you are not there in this world.
Absolutely.
So,
That's very
those
important.
karmas, your
What
deeds,
people talk about you behind your back is more important than how they talk in front of you.
एग्जैक्टली यस.
That's true.
पता है फेस वैल्यू तो बहुत होती है लेकिन पीठ पीछे अच्छा ये
पीछे
ऐसी
कौन
है
क्या
कौन क्या बोलते हैं दैट इज समवेयर यू हैव टू टेक
In
केयर
fact,
ऑफ.
I love the thing you said. You chose to be happy, and I remember a quote by Gautam Buddha. There was a story when some person asked me, if I don't take your knowledge, then what would you do? So he said, okay, if I throw garbage on you and you don't pick it up, so what will happen? So it relates with you, and that is how you stay happy in spite of all the negativity. You can just stay happy, calm, positive. So I really love that. Himangi, if you would like to take something,
I have a lot of barat going on
I'm
at
sure.
the background. So, so I'm sure you can hear the Indian band. I would
Yeah,
definitely take Dhwani, ask Dhwani to take this forward with a bit of more, dig and insight of Rabia's life. I would definitely like Rabia to talk about her, journey with her daughters, because I am sure that they were very young when the struggle started. So, Rabia,
yeah,
I would definitely love you to talk about it and how gratitude helped you there.
sure. So as I said, I mean, I am my parents, my brother have been the greatest support in my life, and still they are, to be honest. Uh, this is very something personal which I would like to share. What challenges I faced when I had to, you know, well, how should I say that? मतलब I'll say it in Hindi actually क्योंकि वो कहते हैं ना it's a very
मिल
emotional
जाएगा
thing तो English में ना बोलना वो सूट नहीं करेगा actually. So
बिल्कुल
that motherhood feeling वो एक माँ वाली feeling जो होती है ना मुझे तब आई though I gave birth to them and yes they're very close to me, they love me, I love them, but आई थिंक हमने मूवीज में देखा है, ये रियल लाइफ बता रही हूँ मैं, हमने रियल लाइफ में देखा है और ये रियल लाइफ सिनेरियो है. आई डोंट थिंक सो इफ एनी ऑफ द अदर मदर्स हैव गॉन थ्रू दिस सिचुएशन. मैंने अपना it was so difficult for me to face that situation. I have already shared with Himangi though. I shifted my 3-year-old daughter to settle in Delhi with my parents, and I was involved. I had to do that. There was so much of problems in my life and I had to do that, and my daughter was not keeping good health. So we decided mutually that yes, my daughter would stay with my parents and my parents and my mother will take care of her. Then the struggle doesn't end here. It was second year. The next year, in fact, my younger daughter was 2 years old and I had to move her also to Delhi when I was in Bombay. You can think from the daughter's point of view, a 2-year-old child, what she has gone through, what trauma she had to face at that point of time when she was aparted from her mother. So that was the very difficult situation in my life, Dhwani, to be honest. मतलब इतनी डिफिकल्ट थी कि मुझे नहीं पता मैंने खुद को कैसे संभाला भी उस टाइम. बट I accepted that challenge also with one mission in my life कि मुझे 8 साल के अंदर within 1 year I have to move back to with my daughter. Whether I have to get separated from this area completely, I will do that. And with the grace of Almighty God, I'm thankful to God. I'm thankful. At that point of time, I was not practicing this Buddhism philosophy. So I'm thankful to God that, something occurred in my organization where I was working. They opened a new branch in Noida. They knew that I had been separated from my daughter due to struggles in my life. They gave me this opportunity with the growth perspective that I can move to Dubai. So let me tell you that was the time when I was very thankful to God and started paying gratitude towards those scenarios, towards those people of my organizations, my leaders of the organization, that I got this chance. So
Absolutely.
after shifting my younger daughter, the next year I also moved to Delhi to stay with my daughters, to stay with my parents. So this was one moment which I understood what is thankful, what is gratitude, and what is the strength of Almighty and those circumstances. And actually, that particular situation made me more stronger. What I was फिर मुझे लगा कि नहीं आई कैन हैंडल एनी आई कैन हैंडल एनीथिंग अगर ये सिचुएशन में हैंडल कर सकती बीइंग अ मदर एंड मदरहुड बीइंग अ मदर इज अ ब्लेसिंग इज अ आई थिंक दैट वाज द टॉप ब्लेसिंग आई उससे ऊपर कोई ब्लेसिंग नहीं आपके लिए हो सकती है ये जो टैगलाइंस है ना मेरे साथ एचआर पीआर दीज आर जस्ट द टैगलाइंस आई वॉन्टेड टू बी अ गुड मदर आई वॉन्टेड टू बी अ गुड पर्सन तो अभी भी शायद मैं कहीं ना कहीं मतलब मात खाती हूँ आई एज से वी आर नॉट परफेक्ट वी आर स्टिल लर्निंग एंड आई एवरी डे आई लर्न समथिंग yesterday something happened between me and my daughters and we had a small fight but then I realized I said whom they are look up to they have to look up to me only I am the only person for them so obviously I have to handle all the responsibilities why I make them uh, uh, angry or why I make them upset. I can't see them. It's difficult for me when they cry. It's really become very difficult for me to handle this situation. So that is where I chose to be a happy person, a more strong person. Why? Because my daughters have to face the world when they
Absolutely.
grow. They have to face the world. If I become weak, how will they become strong? तो
That's
वहाँ
true.
पे मेरी लाइफ पूरी चेंज हो गई ध्वनि सिनारियो ही चेंज हो गया मेरी लाइफ का एंड आई बिकेम अ मच स्ट्रॉन्गर मच करेजियस मच हैप्पियर मदर नॉट पर्सन एज अ मदर मेरे
Mother.
सामने ना वो सिचुएशन आ गई थी मैं अपने डॉटर्स के सामने बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग यू नो नाउ इट्स बीन
I'm
आई
just
थिंक
wondering, have your daughters seen they, I'm sure they have seen the strong part of you. Have they
यस
ever seen you in the dull moments? Have they seen their mother,
यस दे हैव
when you're
सीन
not so emotionally strong, when you're in the low phase? And how
They
do
have
they
seen my
support you at
every
that
side.
time?
Dhwani, they have seen my every side. Each side of mine. Each side. When I was in tears, then I was a little low in my life. When I was sad, when I was angry, and when I am happy. They have seen my every side. Every
I
side.
think all the emotions are equally important and they make us
Important.
what we are. So,
Yes. And if you uh, ever want to interview my elder daughter or younger daughter, I think they would be able to explain more about me than what their mother was earlier and what I am today. अभी तो ये हाल है कि I don't even get tears in my eye. तो कहते हैं ना कि एक वक्त के बाद आंसू सूख
सूख
जाते
जाते
हैं
हैं.
and that is actually has happened with me. कुछ होता है ना चाले my elder daughter especially my elder daughter is very emotionally attached with me I don't know why and how but somehow she's very emotionally attached to me और she understands everything मैं कोई WhatsApp का quote या status भी when I put she reads that status what has happened mom can you just have to share with me something has happened I could make feel that I could understand that so she understands me very well and she says that mom I mean, we are so proud. In fact, not even okay. I'll tell you the scenario. It's not only my daughters; it's their friends even say that
Oh,
that
wow.
your mom looks like a model. To be honest, they call me model. They call me Dee. They don't call me auntie. Can you imagine
Wonderful.
that side of? Can you imagine this
You're
side
actually
also?
a role model, I think, for most of the women around, right?
So
Himangi,
it's
I'm
not
sure
that
you
I
could
am
agree
praised.
that she's a living legend, right?
I
I
won't mind calling her that, but before she reaches to the level of legend, I would love to have around 10 interviews more. So I don't want to, I don't want to just cut short my scope of interviewing her. So
no, no,
the legend yet needs to come. And yes, and I would be the first one to bring her on board. Whenever it is required and whenever she will be quoted as a legend again.
no,
And this
I
is
am
the
not a
journey that
legend.
from I think this is where we are starting, that Rabia is going to turn up as a legend, and we will be the first one to bring her on the platform to know the rest of the journey ahead. But yes, Rabia, before we end up this session because we are already ahead of time. In the last 3 minutes or four, I just want you to, share your insight of the consistent sense of gratitude that a person should have and must have when you are going through the bad phase. Because what happens generally, we say thank God once we are in a good state of mind, in a good situation. And secondly, when we overcome the bad situation, when we overcome the situation, then we say, okay, thank God that happened. But how is it important, and how important it is to be grateful, you know because the faith comes here in the picture. When you are in a bad situation and you still are thankful to it, that is the true sense of gratitude, which I think it's very hard to learn, it's very difficult to learn, but it leads through a very prominent form of life. When you are in the furnace and you are thankful that I am in the furnace, I have the faith that I will be shining in the future. So has this happened to you in the earlier phase of your struggle? Is there any insight of that sort of a thing?
Yes, yes, it is there. So as you said that deeds, karma plays an important role here. Karma plays a very important role here. What I have learned in my life that karma and gratitude, they lead to happiness. They are the keys to happiness. Do good deeds to create good causes for yourself. I started working. I'm associated with NGO. I'm doing a kind of volunteer work for NGOs. This online scenario also helped me to get associated with few NGOs, and I'm doing a mentorship programs with those students as well. And I'm so happy. I'm so blessed, and I'm thankful to my bonzon and my practice and my leaders and my mentors that those students are so well connected to me that whenever I'm ending the session, they tell me, "Ma'am, ab kab hoga next session?" That is how. So this gratitude and good karma, good deeds, has always helped me to overcome one situation and to be ready for the next one. Himangi, you said that there's a consistent. Let me tell you, there, I have never seen any person who has always been a consistent good life, who has seen a consistent good life. Everybody goes through challenges. There are phases, right? But you must have heard that phrase that this shall too pass. So अगर रात नहीं है तो दिन भी बीतेगा, अगर दिन बीतता है तो रात भी आती है. We have to accept both the things. And we see, हम दिन में उठते हैं, we are alive, right? सबसे पहले तो हमें ये थैंक यू बोलना चाहिए that we are alive and we are in between our families, in between our families, in between our friends. So सबसे बड़ी important तो यही है कि when we start saying thank you and gratitude towards life, whatever we have got, हमसे नीचे को देख, मतलब ग्रैटिट्यूड की कब वहां पे बात आती है when you see people struggling more than yourself, when you see those people who are on the road and not getting the life what you are in, तब आपको थैंकफुलनेस और ग्रैटिट्यूड और वो गुड डीड की भी आपको तभी वो आ जाती है कि नहीं, लेट मी डू दिस फॉर दिस पर्सन. एटलीस्ट एक पर्सन के लिए भी इफ यू डू समथिंग ना, you feel that happiness and inner satisfaction and inner happiness. तो ग्रैटिट्यूड तो हमारी लाइफ का एक हिस्सा है. इट्स अ पार्ट ऑफ आवर लाइफ एंड इट शुड बी अ पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ. एंड व्हाई इट शुड बी अ पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ? Whatever you have Have you ever thought so that you will be able to overcome this situation of pandemic? We are still alive. There are people who have lost their life, and I'm really sorry for those people. There are people who have lost their relatives, and I'm really sorry for that. I completely sympathize with them. But आपने कभी ये फील किया है कि your extended family, your relatives, they are still fine? So why not say gratitude towards God, towards this scenario कि हम लोग उनसे बात भी कर पा रहे हैं, वो हमारे सामने ठीक है बिल्कुल. Why not feel thankful? Why this feeling of कि हाय ऐसा क्यों हुआ? जब तक हम ये फीलिंग लाते कि ऐसा क्यों हुआ, तब तक हम वो ना उसमें उदास ही रहेंगे और अपसेट ही रहेंगे. फिर हम कभी ऐसा लगेगा ये सिचुएशन कभी ओवर नहीं होने वाली है. एंड द मोमेंट यू स्टार्ट फीलिंग, get the feeling of thankfulness, you see how easy it's for you to overcome any kind of situation, any kind of challenge. Be it personal, be it professional. I'll share a one scenario, real life scenario. Again, 2 years ago, I had to undergo a major surgery of my tongue surgery. It was a tongue surgery. I don't know what it was. Neither doctor told that. But I am alive. I'm happy and I'm thankful for that. I have loads of gratitude towards that doctor who saved me, for my family, for the society. Because I have a mission to fulfill. I want to spread happiness and peace. Right? अगर मैं उस एक सिनारियो को लेके बैठी रहूं that for 20 days I was not able to talk, मेरे को कुछ भी बोलना अलाउड नहीं था, I had stitches all over my tongue, तो शायद मैं कभी I would not be able to come over from that situation, and I would be kind of in a mental I would be in depression or something like that. Then who would have taken care of my daughters? आप दूर मत जाओ, सोसाइटी मत देखो, who would have taken care of my daughter? If I wouldn't have been alive today, I wouldn't have been overcome that situation. So Himangi, situations makes you courageous for sure. It is within us how we handle those situations. ये खुद से एक ना जो इनर होता है ना आपका, वो क्या बोलते हैं, मेरे को हिंदी में वो वर्ड नहीं आता. I'm sorry, I'm not that too good also in हिंदी. थोड़ा थोड़ा समझ में बोल देती हूँ. तो वो जो अंदर का इंसान जो होता है ना, वो अगर आपका अंदर का इंसान जाग जाए ना, तब आपको हर चीज का रियलाइजेशन हो जाता है. व्हाट इज गुड एंड व्हाट इज बैड, एवरीथिंग यू विल रियलाइज. और कहाँ आपको खुद को चेंज करना है, वो भी आपको पता चल जाए. यू नो, आई डोंट नो, I used to, because of this situation, we are still at home only with our family. I mean, we are just not going out. Last 2 months, till before last 2 months, I mean till 2 months, since 2 months in fact, I would rather say, मेरी और मेरी मदर की जो फाइट होती थी ना, एक रेगुलर फाइट कुछ ना कुछ पे, that has become so less. But I'm thankful that I could change myself. क्योंकि मुझे पता था कहीं ना कहीं मेरा फ्रस्ट्रेशन लेवल हाई हो रहा है because of the situations that I am in. Because my mother's frustration was also getting higher. Why? Because of her health issues. She's an arthritic patient and she was not able to handle her own health issues basically. So medical issues के कारण obviously she was getting frustrated, and that gussa was, that anger was coming on me. So I could, my, in fact, that's where I am fully want to pay gratitude towards my daughters actually, who made me sit and made me understood this thing that mama, Nani is going through a difficult situation. She is facing medical challenges. Let's not get angry on her and try to understand her situation and be calm with her. She can't change her. You can change her, and you have changed. So this time also, please do. So that was one moment when I learned something from my daughter again, that how to overcome this.
And what I can see, it's beautiful that you shared that particular instance where your daughters actually told you, to have the insight towards the behavior of your mom. I think that is what a true essence of a leader is. That today you are able to say in the public forum that yes, you are thankful to your daughters. Because if this is the attitude and approach of a person's in his or her life, I think this leads to the harmonious, more progressive uh, you know
family.
uh, goal
Family.
oriented life. So I think, yes, a person should have a purpose, person should strive for the purpose of life, and should be really thankful for each and every instance that the person lives. So with that, thank you so very much, Rabia, that you came, you share your wonderful journey with us. Thank you so much, Dhwani, that you actually took out time, and you agreed to be the co-host for these sessions of mine. And thank you so much, Speak Up and Empower, to finding that very essence of understanding, to give me such a big, a rather huge responsibility to take Real Talks India, and from through the forum of Speak Up and Empower India. And I am really, really thankful to God that I have been blessed with the understanding and compassion and empathy, that I can understand things and I can let my people or the society to understand things through different stories of the leaders who have led life by example. So thank you so very much all. Being a heart centric person belongs to a heart centric community called Speak Up and Empower. I would definitely be coming with another story, a wonderful one, where a leader is leading by gratitude. And I would like you all to join us again next Sunday, same time at
Speak up and
20.
empower India.
So
And speak
yes,
up and
Speak Up
empower
and Empower.
India.
Speak Up and Empower India at 12 p.m. noon IST. We are coming with another story, a beautiful one, with another leader of ours, another woman, maybe a man, but yes, a true leader who's leading by gratitude. So before we sign off, I would like to say namaste, namaskar from your host, Himangi Arora Mishra, signing off from today's Speak Up in Empire India, Lead by Gratitude. Thank you so very much, all of you, to hear us, listen us, and blessing us for all our ventures. Thank you so very much. Good day. Namaskar.